Beneath the ocean's surface, in the blackest depths where sunlight never reaches, lie creatures so strange, so otherworldly, they seem born not of Earth, but of distant galaxies. Among them is one of the most alien beings ever discovered, the octopus. They have 3 hearts, 9 brains, blue blood, and the ability to vanish in an instant. But what if ancient giant octopuses ones, far more intelligent than we could ever imagine, never went extinct? What if they still exist, hiding in the darkest places on Earth, watching us? Learning. In this video, we'll dive into 5 mind-blowing facts about octopuses. And at the end, we'll explore one chilling question. What would our world look like if those prehistoric giants were still alive today? The human brain is often considered one of nature's greatest creations. But the octopus, it takes that idea and multiplies it. Octopuses have not 1, not 2, but 9 brains. There's a central brain located between their eyes that handles complex decision-making. But here's where it gets wild. Each of their 8 arms has its own mini-brain, a dense cluster of neurons that can independently sense, react, and even make choices, without waiting for instructions from the main brain. Imagine your own arms thinking and acting on their own, detecting textures, tracking movement, catching prey, while your central brain just supervises from afar. It's a decentralized intelligence system unlike anything in the animal kingdom. Some scientists even compare it to how a swarm of drones might work together, each one smart on its own, but forming a much greater mind when united. Now, imagine this. What if a giant, ancient species of octopus, stretching tens of meters across, had this same neurological structure? Its arms would be capable of thinking, reacting, and hunting independently, like 8 autonomous predators working in perfect sync. We wouldn't be dealing with a mere animal. We'd be facing a living, breathing supercomputer lurking beneath the sea. In the world of camouflage, chameleons get all the credit. But when it comes to true invisibility, nothing comes close to the octopus. Within their skin are millions of specialized cells, chromatophores, iridophores, and leucophores, each capable of manipulating light, color, and even texture at a cellular level. In less than a second, they can transform their appearance to match sand rock coral, or even moving shadows, a kind of biological cloaking device. But it doesn't stop there. Some species, like the mimic octopus, take disguise to the next level. They don't just hide, they become. They impersonate venomous animals, lionfish with deadly spines, sea snakes with dangerous patterns, even jellyfish with drifting tentacles. This is not camouflage, it's performance art. Now, think bigger. If a massive ancient octopus still roamed the deep, its camouflage wouldn't just be about survival. It could be a tool for stalking. Imagine something the size of a whale blending into a coral wall, lying motionless as submarines drift past, never knowing they were being watched. We think we've mapped the ocean, but how much of it have we really seen? What if something is watching us, hiding in plain sight? What if I told you that octopuses don't just look alien, they may be alien? Of course, we don't mean they came here in flying saucers. But their biology is so bizarre, so radically different from almost every other creature on Earth, that some scientists have seriously questioned where they truly come from. Let's start with their intelligence. Octopuses are capable of solving complex puzzles, escaping sealed containers, and even learning by observation, something that only a handful of animals like primates and dolphins can do. They have short-term and long-term memory. They recognize individual humans. They even play. But here's the strange part. They are mollusks, the same family as clams and snails. So how did a soft-bodied, squishy sea creature evolve into something with this level of consciousness, without bones, and with a nervous system more like a distributed network than a central brain? In 2018, a controversial paper published in the journal Progress in Biophysics and Molecular Biology proposed something shocking: that octopus DNA is so complex and so suddenly different from its ancestors that it might have come from extraterrestrial sources, possibly from frozen organic material carried by comets. This theory, called panspermia, suggests life didn't begin here, but was planted here. And if that's true, octopuses may not be just a product of Earth, but a gift, or a survivor from somewhere far beyond. So, when we look into the eyes of an octopus, are we staring into the past? Or are we making eye contact with the future? No bones, no rigid frame, just muscle nerves and liquid intelligence. That's the body of an octopus, and it gives them an almost supernatural ability, the power to go anywhere. Octopuses can squeeze through spaces no wider than their eyeball. That means they can slip into cracks, vanish into pipes, sneak through the tiniest crevices in coral reefs, shipwrecks, even laboratory tanks. It's not just escape, it's exploration. Octopuses have been seen crawling out of water at night to raid crab traps on land and then returning back to the sea before sunrise. They don't just adapt to their environment, they invade it. Now, picture this. What if a prehistoric species, perhaps 30 meters wide, still existed somewhere deep below the sea floor? A creature with no bones, only flexibility, camouflage, intelligence, and silence. It could slither through underwater cave systems, abandoned trenches, even beneath oceanic vents where no submarine can go. It wouldn't need force to conquer, just patience. It could enter anywhere, learn everything, and never be seen. If such a creature existed, maybe it's not trapped in the deep sea. It wouldn't need force to conquer, just patience. It could enter anywhere, learn everything, and never be seen. If such a creature existed, maybe it's not trapped in the deep sea. Maybe it's already among us, watching, listening, learning, waiting for the right moment to emerge. For centuries, sailors spoke in hushed voices about monsters of the deep, creatures with massive tentacles that could drag entire ships beneath the surface. Most dismissed these stories as legend, folklore, born of fear and imagination. But science tells us something different. The giant squid, once thought to be a myth, was only officially filmed alive in 2006, hiding in the midnight zones of the ocean. And if such a creature could remain undiscovered for so long, what else might still be out there? Fossils show us that millions of years ago there were colossal cephalopods, tentacled beasts, estimated to be over 30 meters long. Some may have been larger than whales, armed with intelligent brains, razor-sharp beaks, and the cunning of modern octopuses. The deep ocean is Earth's final frontier. Over 80% of it remains unexplored, unmapped, and untouched by human eyes. Sonar readings occasionally show massive moving shapes in the deep shapes that don't match any known species. What if the giants never went extinct? What if they simply went deeper, to a place where we cannot follow, to a depth where no light shines, only legends? We've seen their intelligence, their alien biology, their mastery of camouflage, their eerie flexibility, and the chilling possibility that ancient giants may still roam the deep. The octopus is not just another sea creature. It's a glimpse into a form of life that evolved entirely differently from our own. And yet, somehow, it's here, watching us, learning. So, we ask again, what if ancient giant octopuses never went extinct? What if they're still down there, hiding, evolving, waiting? Would we recognize them? Would we fear them? Or would we realize that we are not alone in being intelligent on this planet? The ocean keeps its secrets, and some are better left undisturbed.